Ooh, I like that trigger.
It's nice, right?
Yeah.
What the weight?
Did you turn it on?
No, it's on. It's just the weight's a lot heavier than mine. I keep waiting for it to go.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's funny because I do that. I do that with mine. Sometimes I do that.
I'll be a little more aggressive.
Maybe I should reduce the weight. It feels light to me.
Yeah, you're obviously not set up for sub 6 here. I mean, you can get a 162 for. The only difference is the trigger is slightly different.
Oh, I was trying to move it up. I fired it. I don't know.
Except that wobble, and really focused on.
Man, that trigger is better than mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's.
You're liking it.
I am liking it.
Hey everybody, Target Pistol Guy. Thank you so much for visiting. If this is your first time here, this is a Target Pistol channel devoted to target pistols and target shooting. Please go ahead, hit the subscribe button below. It should be like right here. Today we're going to do a real quick down and dirty initial impressions and comparison of the Morini, the hell is it? CM200EI. This is not my pistol. This is my friend Dave's pistol, Target Pistol Pal. And he was so gracious to bring it over and let me shoot it and compare it. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about just initial impressions, and then we'll just talk about maybe some of the differences. So Morini had their prior version, which was the CM100EI. It's a fantastic gun. It's been around for a long time. I think most air pistol shooters are familiar with it. And they recently upgraded the CM200EI, and this is it, and this is what it looks like. Initial impressions is that it's pretty great. It feels, honestly, in my hand, similar to my Steyr. I think it's a little bit lighter, which would be saying something because mine's a compact, but I think I like this better, and I'll talk a little bit why. The grip obviously isn't customized to me. It's not my gun. But the one reason that I like it more than my Steyr is right here, this thing. It's called a trigger. The trigger on this is, I mean, it's not light years better, but it's just better for me. I mean, it's just something about the first and the second stage of this and its trigger pull. And I just like the shape of the trigger and just really, really enjoy it. I think I sadly have to buy one of these now, so that's not good because they're super expensive. So let's talk a little bit about some of the cool features of the gun. I think the biggest thing, they do have a different trigger mechanism on the 200 versus the 162, but to me the biggest difference is what they've done with the rear sight. So they have actually moved back the rear sight and shortened the barrel. So you have a little, same amount of accuracy, maybe longer sight radius, and your pellet gets out of the barrel a little bit faster for those that maybe don't have the best follow through. It's obviously a pre-charged gun, and it comes with a digital gauge on the end, like that. It looks like that, and I think you just press it, and it tells you how many shots are left. That's crazy. That blows my mind. Though I wish they would put like something digital on the side of these things, because I always feel weird looking down the barrel when I'm trying to check my gun. I feel like I'm breaking a safety rule. So let's just flip it over here. Made in Switzerland. Morini sounds like an Italian name to me, so I don't know why that's surprising to me. This is an electronic trigger. Down here in the bottom is the controls. You can see it's blipping and bleeping. And the other thing you'll notice about the gun is it's got just tons of carbon fiber all over it to look sexy and presumably probably save weight. Carbon fiber here, carbon fiber here, carbon fiber shroud. The loading is fun because one, it's just got really good action there, but then it also has like this little trough. That's fun. It's like a little, I feel like I'm loading an artillery piece. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's expensive. They're probably running about like $2,500 for this model. But a lot of the top-end shooters use it, and it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous gun. Comes with 2 cylinders, 2 of my favorite colors, gold and more gold, otherwise known as orange. Comparing it to the Steyr, man, they're both awesome. I don't think you can go wrong with either one. I would say if I were to give an edge to one, I'd probably say the Morini. Just personally, I guess for me, the Steyr is great. Its trigger, though, to me feels a little bit more like a Pardini SP for people who shoot 22. And this, I mean, it's cliche at this point to say it has a roll or whatever, but it does feel just a little more responsive and a little more like a trigger that I'm used to. Grip angle's roughly the same. Adjustability is the same. This has a sort of different trigger shape that I think I like the one on the Morini a little bit better. And sight adjustments look like, to me, they are way easier on the Steyr because the Steyr has knobs that you can actually grab. This one, it looks like you have to get tools out. So that gives you an edge to the Steyr. They're both fantastic air pistols, both rightfully, you know, first class. So let's go ahead and weigh them. Let's see which one's heavier. I think it'd be quite a coup for the Morini if it was lighter than my compact. So we'll see. We'll do it in kilograms for you Europeans. There you go, 1 kilo, a little over 1 kilo. All right, what do you think? Is it gonna be lighter?
It's gotta be lighter.
You think it's gonna be lighter? I think it's gonna be lighter too. Woo, look at that. Lighter. For you Americans. 2 pounds, 1 ounce. And £2 pounds, 3 ounces. So not a substantive difference, but you know, yeah. All right, so there we go. That is the Morini CM200EI. Fantastic gun. I wish I never saw it. Wish I never shot it, because now I want one. Thank you guys so much for visiting. If you haven't, please hit subscribe below. Thank you for making this a home for target pistol shooting on YouTube. Share it with your friends, comment, all that fun stuff. Stay safe. God bless. Real slow. Do you have like a time limit? Like how long will you sit up there?
What I mean, I would say yeah. Like I could probably tell you on average how long it is, but I don't really know. It would be like, you know, about 10-12 seconds. I'll go back down. Really, what happens is if I notice all of a sudden that I'm like trying too hard, I'll stop.
I like it. I like it a lot.
It's nice, right?
Yeah.
It's that same thing. I think what it really requires is trust. Trust in your kind of subconscious to do the things that it needs to do to actually execute a good shot. Whoops. And then the other part of it too is also, it's like, it's even more, I feel like, you know how like, what I'm noticing is that on a powder gun, you can get away with, you can more get away with jerking the trigger than you can with an air pistol. So like if you have a pretty good, you know, trigger release, but it's not perfect, you know, with a bullseye pistol, you're still probably going to be in good shape. Maybe it's a 9 instead of a 10. Air pistol, if you have a jerk, you're now at like a low 8 or a 7.
Well, that's why it's so hard.
Yeah.
And
And
that's the thing that makes
with
it.
free pistol, if you have a jerk, it's like 4. If you're even on target.
Yeah, it went.
I mean, I hit the
Probably off
target.
the leg of the